Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on today's video. As you can see, we're going around Sainsbury's. We're going to focus on the home stuff, Halloween, the Christmas bits that they've got in. So let's get straight on into the video. They had some deals on toys at the front of the store, so if you're starting your Christmas shopping early, particularly if you've got kids like me, Sainsbury's is a good place to go. They had loads of branded stuff. Of course, Barbie is big now, especially with the movie coming out, and they had stuff for boys as well. So they had dinosaurs, they had some Marvel bits and bobs, Chad Valley, all sorts. Or even if you've got like nieces, nephews, of course, grandchildren, yeah, loads of stuff for the kids. It was really nice to see at the front of the store. Now moving on into the home section, which is my favourite bit. So they've sort of started to place some Christmassy bits within the home section. You can see the stars, the deep red colours, the dark greens coming in, just really homely vibes. They've got wooden Christmas trees, reindeers, and you know me, I love to mix in wood tones with the colours that I've got. I mean, I've mainly got neutrals, greys, beiges, and sage greens in my house, and this time of year for me is all about deers, and like I've said in my previous videos, I always have something depending on the season. Christmas season, winter season, it's definitely deers, reindeers. But yeah, they've got loads of lovely things. If you prefer sort of a brighter neutral kind of look, I really like this cushion with the pine cones on. And then of course they also have the red candy cane theme, which I feel like it's been big for so many years now, but I mean, you can't beat that sort of stuff at Christmas. But leading up to, I like to start bringing it in a little bit more subtly, so I definitely saved these for December, and these were very cute and, you know, relatively cheap, £4.50. Are they a candle? I think, I'm not sure. But heading into the candles now, there was something that smelled amazing and I couldn't quite figure out what it was, and I'll show more candles in another part of this video as well. But I must say, this whole home section smelled absolutely gorgeous, better than a Yankee candle shop. I am going to put it out there, and when anybody ever says to me, you know, where do you get your candles from, where's the best candles, I'll always recommend Sainsbury's and Habitat. They do some great ones. They're always strong smelling and they're never too expensive either. You can see they've got more of those deep red tones, lovely furry textures are coming out now, very, very homely. I like this for £30, this light. I thought that looked very cool, a little bit different. Now if you like mushrooms, look at these lamps, gold mushroom lamps. I thought they were very sort of glam actually. They've got some lovely blankets in, and of course, like I said, getting that Christmas decor coming through now. So yeah, these would be lovely. I'd probably save these more for like November, December time, but they do have some, I was say normal, that's probably not the right word, but just everyday homeware in. They've got the bunny tails, which are still really big, and I loved those big basket laundry bags. So they were actually quite pricey. They were £30, and although they were pricey, if I had to have my laundry on show, or if I didn't have like enough room for a laundry basket, I'd probably keep one of those on the back of the bathroom door or something like that. And then, like I said, we were going to have a look at more of the candles. So I would say they didn't have loads of autumn scents, so if you're still looking for like pumpkin and those sort of like caramelly scents, they didn't have loads in Sainsbury's, but they have started to bring out more of their winter scents. Oh yeah, sorry, they've got candles like scattered throughout. So these are some of the plants that they've got, some really, really nice ones. I really like the little yellow ones. I feel like I would save them, and the pink ones, to be fair, for like spring. Yeah, these are the ones that I'm talking about. I love those. I just feel like on a dining room table they would be nice. I personally don't like a big flower on the dining room table, or like a large tall vase, which I know is quite fashionable at the moment. Because I eat there with my family every day, or if we have people over, we'll always sit at the dining room table. I need something that looks pretty but isn't going to block like visually seeing another person and being able to talk to them. So yeah, I really like the small little bits and bobs. Oh, these cushions would be so gorgeous if you've got a kid's room and you was decorating it, like fully going for it for Christmas. More cushions, lovely furry textures, the cozy blankets. I love the sage green one, you know that is my sort of colour. I don't have like loads of it, but I always accent with it, and I'm really loving bringing in those sort of more natural earthy tones into my home. Right now we're onto the main candles section. So they do stock Yankee in Sainsbury's, and I do feel like you can't go wrong with a Yankee candle because they always smell strong. So they do have some pumpkin ones. I did test them and I'll be honest, I wasn't a massive fan. However, autumn scents, apart from if they're like caramelly, don't really sing to me. I had a creme brulee one, which was like a more warm scent from TK Maxx, and that's probably been my most favourite, but I wouldn't necessarily say creme brulee is autumnal. I don't know, but yeah, it smelled really nice. They have got lots of different ones, lots of different coloured ones, so if you like to match it to your home decor, then there's loads that you can get in Sainsbury's. They also have the more neutral style, so again, if you don't want like a pop of colour with a candle, you can get something that will blend more into the background. And I have to admit, like every range, it doesn't matter if you're going for the more expensive range or the cheaper Sainsbury's range, they smell good, they tend to be strong, and yeah, I'm a huge fan of these candles. Interestingly enough though, I haven't tried the diffusers, so if you guys have, please let me know if these are any good, because I always keep a diffuser in our little porchway because I feel like it's really important to have a nice smell in there, because it's, you know, it's when you walk straight through the door into the house, you want it to smell homely, and especially when guests come round, I feel like you want to hit them with like a nice scent as soon as they walk through the door. Now onto some of their bedding. Oh, they had some gorgeous bedding. Now they had a green check one that you can see sort of on the left here. I think I'm going to get a close up of it in a moment, and it's very similar to one in B&M, but it's darker, and I think I prefer this one. But yeah, they had lots of lovely greys and like dark check. Yeah, this one. They do a light coloured one in B&M, which I have picked up recently, but I think I prefer that one, so I might treat myself. And I never thought I'd say this, I love a burnt orange at the moment. Yeah, I think that's a really beautiful colour to bring into the home. It adds a little bit of warmth. But if you do like your cooler tones, you can see the lighter colours, the blues, the greys, the whites. And they are definitely very crisp and fresh, I feel. Lots of sheets, and I must say I've had their sheets and pillowcases. It's the place that I tend to go if I'm not just grabbing a quick one, you know, from B&M or Primark. I will go into Sainsbury's, especially for their bedding, because it lasts for years and it washes really nice from my experience. Here are the artificial flowers that they've got, eucalyptus, more candles. My store has so many. I really liked those arc, like the oval shaped ones. I think they're really cool. I feel like there's a little bit of 70s vibes in some parts of the store. This one, I mean, these are just perfect for stocking fillers, gifts. Look, I mean, you can get stuff for £3, so yeah, great little stocking fillers. They've even got Christmas bedding. I love the one with the Santa and the Christmas trees on. How cool is that? It's literally got everything related to Christmas on, but it's not too bright. It's still quite subtle, I think, because it's not bright white background, it's cream. And then if you like a big fleecy one, if you get cold at night, they've got that embroidered star one, which again, it's not too out there. You could definitely put it on at this time of year and not feel too Christmassy. Moving on into some of their everyday, they've got some very deep royal colours. And I was talking to my siblings who had been away, and they'd been to this really fancy apartment, and it had lots of jewel tones in, and they were showing me the pictures, and it looked amazing. Like, I don't know how to introduce colour like that, but it looked really good. If you like more simple ones, I love a polka dot. It's only £10, that bedding as well. I just don't feel like you can go wrong with stuff like that. And again, these feel very fresh. I feel like if you, I don't know, do you know, with these on the bed, having that nice cotton smell, if you had a lovely cotton smelling candle, yeah, the bedroom would just feel really lovely. Some of their bathroom accessories, nothing particularly out there, so if you've got a neutral bathroom, then they've got some nice stuff in. I liked these, the stone effect. I know that's very trendy at the moment. Not too expensive. Another big bag. Those laundry bags do seem to be quite expensive, because that one was £30 as well. But like I said, if you don't have enough room for a laundry basket and you're going to use one of those bags, I feel like you would want to have something that would definitely fit into your decor. So I think they're quite a good option for that. And then we're moving on into some of the black bathroom accessories and the darker ones that they've got. So they also had like dark grey, sort of greeny colour. These, I don't feel like you can have enough bathroom storage. If you're like me, I really wish our bathroom was bigger so we could fit some drawers in. We've got a big cupboard underneath the sink, but it's always overflowing with stuff, always. And then moving on to the towels, so they have got Christmas towels in with the snowflakes, which I think is quite nice. Even if you just get a hand towel and put out and just carry that Christmas theme throughout the house, particularly if you've got kids, I just feel like little things like that just make it feel really magical. Moving on to more Christmassy bits and bobs. So this is one of their kitchen ranges that they've got, probably the more modern one out of all of them. And yes, I do like it because this one is reindeer themed. I love that cheese board. I think that would be great. The cheese board, well, we always have a cheese board on Christmas Eve. That is our tradition now. And somebody bought me a periodic table one because we did a mastermind and my special subject was the periodic table, but I did study chemistry at uni, so I am a little bit nerdy. And then they've got some other bits in. Again, if you like something a little bit more simple, you don't like lots of patterns, they've got green, so you can always bring this out at Christmas. But to be fair, you could definitely bring like that green dishware out earlier, because you could definitely get away with it in the autumn. I mean, all year round, to be fair. And then they've got some oranges and yellowy tones as well. Again, and you would have seen the colour palette before, was like a lilac-y yellow one. I have to admit, that's not my sort of style, but it's like very 60s. Oh, I loved these glasses with like the grey. It's almost like an ombre effect. Oh, and these dinner plates. I've been to so many restaurants lately where they've got this sort of vibe going on. Where it's kind of like a rustic style pottery where it's not perfect, with the dark wood, and I just think it looks great, especially with the lighter tones like they've got in the tea towels and the cushions there, just to brighten up a little bit, break that darkness so it doesn't feel like all consuming, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I think it looks really lovely and cozy, which is all what we want to feel. I feel like, especially the back end of October, November, December, even into January and February, because it's like I feel like November, December aren't too bad because we're leading up to Christmas, and then it's January, February, isn't it, where we're sort of waiting for spring and we get the really, really cold weather and you just want to feel so nice, so cozy. They have some lovely cut glass if you like to make cocktails and things at Christmas, or do you know what, or even if you like me and just like, you know, a Bucks Fizz, or even just a nice squash, you know, bit of schlur. We always have schlur at Christmas. My Sainsbury's has an Argos within it because I believe those two companies have combined. Had that really cute little table if you've got a little kitchen, or if you live in a little apartment, something simple like that, just decorated nicely. I feel like it looked really effective. Of course, lots of table mats and things. I have to use these. There's part of me that doesn't like covering the dining room table because I love our dining room table. It's just a dark kind of walnut wood. However, to protect it, because I have children who bang on it and have already marked it, I do put these placemats down. Also, having a quick look at the mugs, I always think that we all probably have too many mugs and they're always like falling out of the cupboards, but then you look at them, don't you, and you think, oh, I could just do with another one though. I really like the amber glass toned ones here for £6. I actually thought they were quite different, and if you like pumpkin spice things, I feel like that would be very sort of matching, you know, it's orange, it's that sort of colour, isn't it? And onto some Christmassy ones. Got some really nice Father Christmas ones, snowmans, of course. If you've got kids and do the whole leave some milk out and cookies for Santa, that would be a good one to use on Christmas Eve. Loved that chopping board with the gold handle, just thought it was finished off so nicely. Noticed that they had a spiralizer, which I used to have one of these back in the day, but then when we moved house, I don't know where it went and I miss it, but I just don't feel like we've got the room for it anymore. Just a quick overview of some of their utensils. They didn't have anything that particularly grabbed my eye. Sometimes they have some very pretty utensils in, but they didn't this time. And then this is another one of their dinnerware sets. Yeah, I do really like the dark tones. Oh, and then me and my nan were divided over those pink goblets. like glasses. I loved them. She did not like them at all, but I thought they were really nice. And then you have these, which would be great for like mini casserole, mini pies at this time of year. All those lovely warming dishes. And I really liked that baking tray with the gold handle. Could you imagine with your turkey on it, pulling that out? I mean, you know, it's all good, isn't it? The gold, and it will definitely match the Christmas themes. I liked this one. It's a little bit more old-fashioned, I think, this print at Christmas. But anything with robins on or that sort of old style decor, it always reminds me of my grandparents, and it's always very happy memories. So I do love stuff like this. I really like this pestle and mortar. I know people style their kitchen shelves with things like this. And they had this oil vinegar pourer where you can have oil and vinegar in it together, and I don't know why. I just really liked it. I thought it was a very clever idea. They had these really lovely jars with like the acacia wood style lids. They weren't too bad actually, £7 and £8. So again, if you've got kitchen shelves or you want some nice jars for the side, they would look lovely. And I am replacing all of my baking trays. I want to get trays like this. Do you know where you can just pull it out from the oven and serve it up in the middle of the table, and it looks really nice. In fact, in my next haul video, you'll probably see it. I did get a lovely one from TK Maxx, which was a really good price. Of course, I've got to have a look at the stationery. They did have some Barbie stuff, so yeah, if you know anybody who loves Barbie, great little stocking filler to get for them. But yeah, this is their main stationery, and some of it actually looks a little bit like the dinner sets with the dark and the purples. But I love new stationery in the turn of the new year. I'm very much one of those people who see the year as January to December, and we was having this conversation at work, whereas some people see it as like a rolling year and they don't actually see it as like a clean break at the end, where I definitely do. And with a clean break, I like clean stationery that I can just jot all my new plans out on, and they always have lovely stuff in Sainsbury's. It's really good to go actually at the end of September. No, not the end, probably like the start of September, when the kids have gone back to school, because they always have a good sale on it. So yeah, right, moving on into some of the Halloweeny stuff. So they had some of these books for kids, which is just great. I love getting into like the theme of the time of year. Had loads of great stuff if you like to decorate your house, because I always think just to go to Home Bargains and B&M, but I must say actually I think Sainsbury's have nicer stuff in than my B&M and my Home Bargains probably put together. But that just could be my stores. They just had more of a selection, and yes, they've got all the ghoulie and, you know, like the typical Halloween stuff, but they had lots of, which you'll see in a minute, lots of cute pumpkins, which I wish I'd been in earlier actually and got something busy this year. I've not even got my other pumpkins out from last year, so I'm gonna have to get them down like this week, or there'll be no point in putting them up, but I might keep them out a little bit longer than Halloween anyway. And I am planning, and I have said this right, I've got to get as my daughter called it, a creepy witch for the front door. So they didn't have one in here. They do have one in Home Bargains, but I like all the Jack Skeleton stuff that they do in here. I think if I could choose, I'd definitely have a Jack Skeleton outside. I thought these are quite cute actually, these little hanging decorations. If you've got a stick tree, or even if it's just to go outside and get like a twig, or some twigs, put them in a vase and just hang some cute bits off of it like that. I think that's quite cute for this time of year. I also thought these mugs were pretty sweet with the glasses on with the ghosts. I feel like it's Halloween, but it's not too in your face. Unlike these purple pumpkins, if you want to go all out there. Oh, I just loved that one with the vampire pumpkin. I just thought that was very sweet, for £8. But yeah, you can see some cute stuff as well, like these. Oh, it's a pumpkin garland, but to be fair, I'd even cut them up and just sort of like dot them on the windowsills around the house. Of course, I feel like everywhere has these pumpkin mugs, but they also had like a nice Hello Autumn one as well, which felt very sort of TK Maxx, Home Sensey. That was the only one that they had in my store. The pumpkin season sign, I mean, £5. And this stuff, to be fair, is really well priced. Another good place to go where I went last year was Hobbycraft. They always have lovely pumpkin stuff in, but I did really like the tones of what they had in Sainsbury's this year. And like these mini pumpkins, definitely wouldn't burn them. They'd just be sort of dotted around the house looking cute. Lots of wreaths as well if you like to, if you've got a porch or you've got a door that you can dress up. I feel like my door isn't perfect. I do have a wreath on it, but it gets absolutely battered by the rain and the wind because it's not undercover at all and it's very exposed. Of course, they had all the sweets and treats because I know that we'll definitely be staying in. We'll go trick-or-treating, of course, but we'll definitely be staying in. Probably watching a few of the scary kids, well, say the scary, you know what I mean, the kids films that aren't particularly scary, but you know, have like Monsters Inc. and Monsters vs. Aliens, which is a favourite of mine. My little girls will dress up, no doubt. I've got to get my youngest still an outfit, so I'll probably take her to Sainsbury's actually because they had a good choice. She can pick what she wants to wear, and then we'll just stay in, go trick-or-treating, and then just probably eat loads of sweets and chocolate and snacks. But yeah, if you do like a Halloween party, they had loads of stuff here, and you'll see in a minute they've not only got lollies and sweets, they've got cakes. Look at these cupcakes, how they're finished off so well, so cute. Or if you've got like, I don't know, little niece, nephew that you buy a little Halloween kit for, so many lovely bits. And look at this tray bake, how cool is that? And it's a tray bake, it wasn't too expensive. I want to say it was like £4, no more than £6. But yeah, more chocolate. Love my Cadbury's, as you know, but they've got sweeties as well for kids that don't like chocolate. And then moving on into some of their Christmas homeware, not homeware, sorry, Christmas gifts. I've got homeware on the mind. They have some lovely sets in here, and they do 3 for 2. Because Boots last year was a bit funny. Was it last year when they didn't do 3 for 2? I think they're bringing it back. I feel like that was their like big thing, wasn't it? But yeah, if Boots don't bring it back, then Sainsbury's has you covered. And they also have loads of games and puzzles, and we buy at least one every year. In fact, for one of the couples, we're going to do a game box with like loads of games like this, and then just fill it with their favourite chocolate and sweets and set it out nice, like a nice basket. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that will be good. Get this diffuser, how cute is that? And then this recipe book. So I'm definitely somebody, after I've found a recipe in it, to be honest, it is usually online. I do have some good cookbooks that I like to refer to, but if I find a good one, I'll write it in my recipe book so that when I'm planning meals for the month, I can go through and I know which ones the family like, and it's written down, and I just find it easier to look in a book than on my phone when I'm cooking. I'm just a little bit old-fashioned like that. They did have some of their Christmas decor out, not loads and loads, so they've got some baubles. They do tend to go quite colourful actually in Sainsbury's. Nothing actually that would match my decor, but I've seen people do it, and I've seen people do it really well. And if you've got a kid's Christmas tree as well, I feel like that does tend to be more colourful, doesn't it? They've got these sorts of gifts, if you know people that do like a drink at Christmas, love gin and tonic. I mean, look at this one. Oh, and Hotel Chocolat. I love Hotel Chocolat, and we don't have one close, so if you're the same, definitely check out Sainsbury's range. And then of course I just want to have a quick look at the chocolate sets they've got in as well. Oh, and then back into more drink. They've clearly got lots of these. They're clearly best sellers. But yeah, this is what I mean, like their classic Christmas food. So they've got their mince pies out, their Christmas puddings out, they've got the selection boxes. So yeah, like I said, if you want to start getting a few bits to store in the cupboard, spread the costs a little bit, Sainsbury's has even like the basic stuff out now. And then moving on into their chocolate, they've got lots of lint, and each year I do sort of check where the best prices are for chocolate, and it does tend to be Sainsbury's, which you wouldn't expect because I always feel like Sainsbury's is a more expensive supermarket, but certainly for Christmas chocolate they do tend to be very good. They also had lovely wrapping paper, and again, I mean, I like the gingerbread man one. I always like that brown paper theme. I don't know what it is about that, I just love it. But they did have some other ones as well. Yeah, some really gorgeous bits. And that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.